To the adventures of Ozzy and Harriet. Near the end of the show, brash, wisecracking Ricky revealed a passion for rock and roll that would continue to burn for the rest of his life. The response was electrifying. 1 million copies of I'm Walking were sold the week after the broadcast, and for the next 6 years, only Elvis had more chart hits than Ricky Nelson.
That was back when Elvis was king, and Ricky was the crown prince of rock and roll.
Ready to pick it up?
Our dad was 18 years old when he made that movie. At the time, he had the number one TV show, the number one song in the country with Poor Little Fool, and then the number one motion picture. It's never happened before. So they came up with a term. Life magazine, which was a big deal at the time, sent out a reporter and a camera to shoot a cover. And the cover came out and it said, Ricky Nelson, Teenage Idol. And nobody had ever said that before. So I guess they coined the phrase on him. And something else later on in the 60s. But, you know, our papa, well, let's face it wasn't so bad being Ricky Nelson at 18. Right? He made a motion picture. The star of the picture was John Wayne. Co-stars were Dean Martin, Walter Brennan, and Angie Dickinson in her first ever movie. He got to play a two-pistol gunfighter named Colorado who rides into town, teams up with the good guy, shoots up the bad guy, saves the day. You know, not so bad. They had an 18th birthday surprise party for him with the cast, and he he walked in the backstage area and everybody yelled, "Surprise!" And I don't know who was more surprised, him or them, because he walked in arm in arm with Angie Dickinson. They figured that one out quickly. That's my pop. Go pop. So he did a song around that time called Teenage Idol. Somebody wrote the song for him because of the Life magazine cover. And our dad actually wanted to sing it. Our grandfather Ozzy, by the way, it's Ozzy Nelson, not Osbourne, the real TV dad, okay? Grandpa Ozzy was quite a guy. He wrote, produced, edited, directed, starred in all 435 episodes of the show, and he had a very successful big band in the 1930s and 40s, which is where he met our grandmother Harriet. She was a singer in the band, and the rest is history. And thanks to that, our family's the only family to have 3 successive generations of #1 hit makers, according to Billboard magazine, which is great. But our grandfather actually always had these ideas for our dad to do music. And he said, "No, nobody's going to feel sorry for you, Rick. You're a rich kid from Hollywood." Our pop said, "Well, I'm still a kid." And you got to think about this. He really didn't know who was in his life, for what reasons. He was always famous. And so he identified with this song. So we're going to sing this for you. And because we're in Canada, we're going to send this out to somebody else who might know how it feels at a certain point in life. So this one goes out to Justin Bieber. Here we go. Some people call me a teenage idol.